Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about the anatomy of a viral video on TikTok and how you can capture attention and drive engagement. Creating viral content on TikTok isn't about luck. It's about a blend of strategy, creativity, and understanding how the interest-based algorithm works. So from my experience of running different campaigns across Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, I gathered all my knowledge, I analyzed viral videos to really come up with this guide to help you create viral videos and to apply these strategies effectively. Number one, and of course that is really a no-brainer, but you have to hook the viewer within the first 3 seconds. Side note, don't forget to drink your proteins. You have about 2 to 3 seconds to grab someone's attention. So a strong hook like "you won't believe this" or "I wish I knew this earlier" really creates curiosity that will keep the viewer engaged with your video. So they want to continue watching your video. And if you pair those opening liners with fast cuts, multiple angles, concise storytelling, this will really help you to keep the viewer engaged, to continue watching your video. And that will signal to the algorithm, hey, a lot of people watching this video for a long time. That means it must be valuable. So me as the algorithm, I want to distribute this video to a broader audience. Of course, every time you do a reel online, you do a TikTok video, you want to make sure that you get to the point quickly, because the quicker you get to a point, the likelier people will stay engaged with your video. If you just mumble and rumble and take another walk around the park before you get to the point, personally, I scrolled like 5 minutes ago. I just don't want to see it. So make sure you deliver facts quickly to keep viewers engaged with the video. Strategy number 2, emotions drive virality. Any content out there that emotionally connects with the viewer, that's emotionally driven, will resonate on a much deeper level with an audience. So whether you aim for humor, nostalgia, inspiration, tapping into these emotions make your content more shareable. And there's a lot of videos out there that really connect with nostalgia, especially now. So targeted towards millennials, things that we grew up with, food items that you can no longer get, or toys that you used to play with, or just things that you did before the internet was out there, or before we all had a smartphone. Personally, when I watch those videos, they touch me on an emotional level because, again, it's nostalgia. And you remember, oh yeah, I did this. And then you continue watching that video for like 30 seconds or 40 seconds. So these are the type of emotions you want to tap into. And people engage with stories that are real and relatable. And this can really help you to drive interaction and encourage for people to share your content and to pass it along. And sometimes it's so hard for us to just open up online, of course. But think about the conversations you have with your coworkers, whether it's around the water cooler or it's during your lunchtime. Things that you share with them, you can also use and share with your online audience. Strategy tip number 3, timing. Timing is really everything, especially when it comes to trends. Jumping on trends early is crucial to maximize engagement. So if you see a trend, but you're not immediately hopping on the trend and you wait a few weeks and now you want to create this, of course you still might get some eyeballs on your content, but your chances of going viral are very slim. So you want to jump on trends as early as possible. But when you jump on trends, you have to think about, do these trends align with my brand? Not every trend will fit your brand. So you have to make sure that whenever you choose a trend, that trend aligns with your audience, your message. You want to ensure it's meaningful to your brand. Because the idea of a viral video, the idea to get virality with your video is not just to pat yourself on the shoulder and saying, oh, 10,000, 20,000, a million people saw my video. But when you run a business, you want to have a viral hit, so it drives people back to your profile. They decide to follow you, they decide to engage more with your content, ultimately either purchase your product, connect with your service. So when you do a trend, it needs to align with your brand. So meaning if I click on your video and then go to your profile page, and your profile page is completely different than the trend you just put out there, I might not really resonate with your content. I don't really want to give you a follow. Maybe that was just like a one-hit wonder. I'm like, nah, it was a fun video you put out there, but the rest of the content, it does not align with my interest. So you have to make sure that it all aligns. When people land on your profile, they want to consume more content, they want to engage with you. Number 4, understanding the interest graph algorithm. How TikTok serves content is by operating on an interest graph algorithm, meaning your videos will reach people based on their interest, not because they follow you. And a lot of other social media networks are slowly shifting towards an interest-based algorithm rather than just like, oh, you follow me and you will see my content. This shift means that you need to approach content creation a little bit different. You always have to remember in the back of your head that you try to reach new viewers. So meaning social media networks nowadays serve content based on your interest. So let's say you research a lot of plants, you will get more plant related content. Now for me, I do a lot of surfing content or healthy living content. So naturally, I get a lot of content that is surfing related or healthy living related. Of course, lately everything is about the football season, and currently, while I'm recording this, the Dodgers are playing the Yankees in the World Series. Of course, go Dodgers. That's why I also see a lot of baseball content right now. So the algorithm tries to show you content that you're currently interested in. So when you create content for your audience, you always have to keep that in mind. That back in the days, your content was served to your followers and they know who you were. But nowadays, that's not the case. You might reach a new viewer every single day. So it's almost like you have to reintroduce your brand every single time without really taking the valuable real estate online to introducing yourself. So just keep that in mind when you create content. It has to be in a very strategic way. So every single standalone video has to provide value. And you can deliver value through educational tips, humor, inspiration, motivation, but ultimately you want to deliver value in every video so people will come back to your profile, follow you, and engage with your content. Tip number 5, understanding TikTok's algorithm. And I know we just talked about it's an interest-based algorithm, but I'm referring to really understanding what videos will be prioritized by the TikTok algorithm. And just like any other social media network, the more engagement signals your video receives, the more the algorithm thinks your video is relevant to other people. And engagement signals are shares, comments, direct messages, or likes. And when we talk about engagement signals on TikTok, these are watch time. So how long is an individual watching your videos? And then of course shares, likes, and comments, these type of engagement metrics. And in order to increase your engagement metrics, it's important to ask a call to action, ask a question, encourage your users to engage in the comments, encourage them to share the videos, but also use relevant hashtags, participate in challenges, or use trending sounds. All of these can really boost the visibility on the platform. But of course, ultimately, the content itself always matters more than the hashtag or the trending sound or the encouragement you give to people to comment on your video. Strategy number 6, align music with your video. And now you think, well, I always put music under my videos, so that's not a real tip. But I'm not just talking about uploading music to your video, but I'm talking about uploading audio that matches your video cuts. So your video cuts will align with the beats of the music piece that you select to make it feel very seamless and very satisfying to watch. It's very hard to achieve that, but there's a lot of content creators out there who really do this. Strategy tip number 7, authenticity. So every time you upload a real story, obviously that connects better with your audience because people are very interested in the feelings you're having, in the stories you experience, especially if you have a storytelling ability, you have the chance to really connect with someone, and that will increase your chances of going viral. So I'm referring to these less polished videos where you share a personal experience or you share anything behind the scenes. Because if you strip down and you're very raw and honest online and you really show your emotions online, it just connects with viewers on a much deeper level. Whether it's a candid story or a funny mishap, but showing your audience the real unfiltered you can really foster brand engagement and lead to viral moments. Number 8, leveraging current moments for more visibility. If you can tie your content to current events or trending topics, that can really help you to attract more eyeballs on your content. And when I say trending topics, I'm not referring to trends, but I'm referring to media events. I'm talking about events where the whole world pretty much talks about. So whether it's major events and like the pop culture, like the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce relationship and like her whole Eras tour, or whether it's smaller moments, for instance, your home team, your sports team, little sport moments, or anything that's going on, whether in your city or in your state. And you can piggyback off those trending events. And if you strategically tie them into your content, it can get you a whole lot more eyeballs on your videos. So think creatively about how to weave these moments into your content. Even if these moments don't perfectly align with your brand, a clever take can really help you to stand out. And I know that when Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's relationship were at the beginning stages, a lot of creators, a lot of brands hopped on that bandwagon online. They made references and they made funny jokes about it. They weaved it in their content and they got a lot of eyeballs on that content. So think about moments that are trending where everyone talks about and how you can weave them in. Another example was the Barbie movie. A lot of people piggyback off from, let's say, movie posters to promote their own conference, or use a lot of pink elements or made Barbie references to really help their content to potentially reach virality. Number 9, case studies. And before we end this video, I also want to share a few brands who do really well online, who get a lot of eyeballs on the videos based on the videos they're putting out there. And one brand is Duolingo. I'm pretty sure everyone heard of Duolingo. Duolingo has the mascot with a little green owl. And the green owl is really present everywhere. Duolingo on TikTok, they're definitely taking a more playful approach. They're featuring their green mascot. They're really embracing TikTok trends, and they're showing their quirky personality. So if you don't know what Duolingo is a phone app where you can learn languages with. I think they also released a new app where you can learn math or music. So they're developing more apps that can help you learn a skill, but ultimately the biggest one is really learning a new language. And when you learn a new language with them, they have of course the green owl, Duo, and they also have other characters. And they really put these characters into life, and they're playing skits online, they're following trends, and it just really resonates well with your audience. Another example is Ryanair. Ryanair is, I believe, a UK brand or an Irish brand. Ryanair is a low-cost airline that flies predominantly in Europe. That's take you everywhere in Europe. You might get a ticket for like $8 to fly from London to Ibiza, and the airline is very cheap. I'm not sure if you ever flew with them, but I have. It has plastic interior. You have to pay pretty much for everything. I remember I forgot to download the boarding pass. I forgot to print it out. So at the gate for them to print out the boarding pass for me, they charged me 80 euros. So that's almost like $100 to print it all, which is a bit excessive. But they're doing a very good job on their TikTok because they're making jokes about themselves. They put their airline brand on a humorous way because they know that a lot of people out online put out content like, oh, Ryanair is overcharging you for your luggage, or Ryanair is doing this, and they piggyback off the fun little moments, really creating fun videos, creating their own brands. So you should definitely check them out. They're doing a very good job online. And same with Duolingo, they're also jumping on trends, talking about current events. So this is an account that you can check out if you just want to get a little bit of inspiration. And then my last example is the Chipotle's lid flip, and this challenge perfectly aligned with the brand. It was simple, it was engaging, and it was very easy for users to participate, and it also got a lot of visibility online. So if you want to create viral videos, it really comes down to understanding the algorithm, understanding the emotional connections, and of course understanding trends and current events and how you can weave them in as early as you can in your content. With a strategic approach and creative execution, your brand can build meaningful engagement and grow its audience. And of course, because this is my YouTube channel, I have to promote myself a little bit. So if you don't really know where to start, if you are lost, if you just need some guidance on TikTok videos, how to create them, if you need someone to create those videos, you can always reach out to me at nina@thesocialwisdom.com, or you can find me online at thesocialwisdom. I have over a decade of experience managing Facebook ads, TikTok ads, Google. I am a creator myself, so I know what it takes to create viral videos. I know what it takes to create a brand online. And if you need help, whether it's creating content, trying to create viral video, get more visibility, get more followers, or anything really, or if you want me to build your website landing pages, you name it, I can help. So reach out to me and we can talk more, we can connect, and hopefully we can start working together. And this also leads us yet again to another episode of the Content Marketing Cheat Sheet podcast. I'm so glad you tuned in today. I cannot wait to see you next week, and let's get the social W together with the social wisdom. Until next time, goodbye. Always say in Germany, auf Wiedersehen.